I'm gonna give you a behind-the-scenes tour of who actually captures this content at these STOL events, and that is Live Airshow TV. That's where you're gonna see most of the company here that captures this. I'll give you a quick tour.
Hey y'all, I'm Bryan Lee, Director of Operations for Live Airshow TV. This weekend though, I'm the broadcast producer and production manager for the National STOL Central Florida Classic by Aviation. So we were out here doing the broadcast for the National STOL.
So Bryan, what kind of equipment do you use, like cameras and software and stuff like that? I'm curious of what you guys utilize.
Yeah, so at Live Airshow TV, we work like any other major network, sports broadcasting network. We just take that same technology and bring it to aviation, whether it's air shows, aviation competitions, or national STOL like this. What we do is we show up with our production truck, we partner with CTN, and we bring the multi-camera aspect to these events so that we can broadcast it. So we're using your standard broadcast cameras. I think we have the HXC 100 Sony's here. We're working off of a Sony switcher. General Ross expressions, the replays, basically all the same equipment that you would find at any NFL game, MLB game. We have that exact same equipment here.
Bryan, I've never been given a tour of Live Truck, so why don't you walk us around and kind of explain what's behind door number 1 and 2 and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Okay, so here we have the CTN Mobile HD2. This is the HD broadcast truck. And so to kind of start you off here, first, a beautiful truck. We have our power panel. So this is where all the power comes in, taking that from a generator or other power sources. And this is where it's distributed both in the truck as well as to the other trucks and to the announcer stands. And then as you work your way back through these trucks, you have Jeff Lee, the President and CEO of Live Airshow TV.
Hey, how you doing?
We come to the I/O panel. This is kind of the brain or the network of where it all happens. This is where all the cameras come in, our network, our audio, and this is where it all comes out as well. So it's that central nervous system. And as you work your way around to the truck, a lot of the equipment kind of sits in the back here. We try never to open that, obviously. General AC unit, and then we do have a platform on top for cameras if that's necessary at all. We're not using it this weekend because we have cameras elsewhere. And then as you work your way around, we also have what we call belly bays that sit below. This is where a lot of the gear goes as it's traveling around. So these just open up and kind of everything goes in there. Real nice, tucked away and safe. So real beautiful truck here. And that's pretty much it. So as you see, when a lot of these trucks show up to a sporting event, there's a lot of them. And we do the exact same thing here, we just do it differently. So on this side over here, we have our onboard truck, which we'll show you in a second. And we have our audio truck over there. But follow me this way real quick. Something special about how we do things at Live Airshow is we like to bring live onboards. What's it like inside the cockpit so that you guys can see at home? And we're doing that with onboard images from Armageddon and Angela Harris, and that's this truck. So it's pretty spectacular. If you look up, we have their receive antennas right here. And this is receiving the signal from inside the plane real time. Mark's been at this game for a real long time. It's pretty spectacular. We've had planes and jets, small planes and boats and cars and all kinds of stuff. So what we'll do this weekend is take onboards from several different planes and take them live to the broadcast. Okay, so here we are now in the announcer's booth, as we like to call it, obviously outside. Up here, this is where Jughead and Jeff Pohl will be announcing this weekend.
Hey everyone, let me take just a moment here to thank our sponsors that make all of this possible. Great companies like Airworx, Airtech Coatings, Clemens Insurance Agency, Whelen Aerospace Technologies. So take a moment after this video to say hello to all of them, and remember to check out the affiliate links in the description below. And remember, just build it. Let's get back to it.
They have their announcer headsets. We have a program feed for them to see what's going on. This is so they can see instant replays. We send them graphics, scoring and timing through this, as well as the camera, so that the crowd at home and the audience can see them. Really cool tool, allows not only them to talk to us, but we can talk to them as we help build this show out. And this is the announcer's platform. If you look up here, we have our other camera position and where the air boss goes. We might be able to take you up there, but that's where that happens. And we pretty much have cameras all over. We'll show you a few of those as well. And we bring all of that together to be able to produce this show of the Central Florida Classic by Aviation.
Bryan, explain to us kind of how you're capturing this STOL event, or policing it, I guess.
So STOL has been around. The STOL competition has been around for a very long time. You know, it's nothing new. We've been doing it. I say we, Aviation has been doing, hey, who can land and take off at the shortest distance for a long time. However, televising that, this is kind of a new thing. You know, we think of NASCAR and NHRA and football. You know, we've had these developed sports for a long time. Well, now we are having to develop this sport for broadcast, and it means some changes in how we do things. One of the first ones is television, or replay judging. You know, it's really hard to catch it real time, so what we've done is we've taken replay and we've brought it to STOL, and we start that right here with our scoring cameras. So what these cameras are actually doing are running down the line here as well as back to make sure the wheels are not touching down on the foul line. And the scoring and timing judges, or the scoring judges in there, the main line judge can replay real time and say, hey, was that a scratch or was it real? To find out more about how the scoring and the rules, check out National STOL. All of it is on there. The other new thing that we're testing out this year, or this race, is a laser system. And you can see the laser system right down here, and there's a light on the other side. So if you put your hand in front of it, it'll light up that red light. So the laser system is, and what it's going to do is trigger if the aircraft lands short. Now obviously it'll trigger with the tail wheel. We're still working on the technology behind that, but this is able to get that line judge to say, hey, there may have been a problem. Take a look at the replay, if you will. So that's what we're running here. We also have a bunch of other cameras down the line to help really capture this event. We really want to take that viewer where they can't go, both being here, but then at home, so they understand what's going on. All right, so what we were talking about earlier, like this is a standard sports broadcast package that we bring in here. This is one of our primary cameras. This is what we call camera one, or our game camera. This is that camera that we use for every run, so that the fans at home get to see the same shot of every plane, and it really tells that story of how short they took off or how short they landed. So just like any big sports broadcast, we've got the big lenses, big cameras. These guys are used to shooting golf, NASCAR, NHRA, football. It's that same package, and we bring it here to STOL. So up here is our camera one. We also have the air bosses up top here. We have air boss cameras, and that's where myself as the producer and the air boss have to talk. So we can help run this show and the timing, when planes go, when they don't go, as well as talking to the air boss. And we'll show you a little bit more of that inside the truck. All right, so here we are inside the TV truck, the production truck, and this is really where all that magic is happening. To kind of give you an understanding of what positions do what, up here in the far left corner we have the technical director, Jonathan Cruz up here. He's pushing the buttons. What you see at home is because he pushed it with his finger. Next to that we have Jeff Lee, who is our director. So he's the one that's deciding the cameras. He's telling that story so that you guys at home can see what's happening out here, just developing it from the very beginning to the very end. Next to that we've got Dave Olmstead from Continental Sound. He's doing the broadcast audio, bringing in all the mics, right? So we want to hear what's happening out there with the planes and creating it so at home you feel like you're right here on the line as well. On the back row over here, we have Josh over on graphics. Josh's responsibility is making sure that we have the right names and the right graphic, and they're up there to tell you the story that's going on, giving you scoring real time, moving those standings so you can see who's in the lead. Pretty cool stuff from graphics, all automated through a lot of work from him. And then we have the producer station, which sits back here. This is where I am. And again, the primary goal here is developing the story from start to finish. What is it, the message that we're trying to push out. A lot of coordination happens here between the producer and the air boss, the producer and the announcers. During the day, lots of communication back and forth in order to get this show to go start to finish without having any major holds or breaks like that. We'll swing around here on our back bench. On the right we have another producer station. This is producer transmission, so Phil back here making sure that all the streams are going to the right place. Also making sure we have the right videos coming in for when they need to play, the right graphics. I couldn't do my job without Phil. Phil and I are here to support that front bench to make sure the story gets out. Next we have the replay system over here. This we're obviously doing that instant replay, playing back videos. And then we have our engineering station over here with Nate, making sure that everything continues to work all day.
All right, Bryan, well, thanks for the quick tour during this event. I know you got a lot of stuff to do. Where can we follow you at these many air shows that you attend?
Absolutely, hey, and thanks for walking around with me so we can kind of tell you a little bit behind the scenes of what we do. Make sure, check us out. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Live Airshow TV, or liveairshowtv.com. We're pretty much everywhere. You'll be able to follow us at all the shows that we do throughout the year, as well as a little bit more behind the scenes. What really important for us is we bring the air show to you, we bring the aviation event to you. We want you to get to know these pilots and these acts and love them just as much as we do. So I look forward to you guys watching us also on YouTube. Don't forget, for this event, check out the Sun and Fun website or the National STOL website on how to watch for Saturday. Thanks, guys.
If you haven't already, hit that like button. Remember to subscribe. Thanks for following along on this week's episode with Bryan Lee giving us a behind-the-scenes tour of Live Airshow TV. Be sure to check out the description below for the links to Live Airshow TV and the National STOL Series. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.